Let's start with a familiar ritual. You open a new tab, hit a keyboard shortcut, and wait for the screen to shift modes. A little spy icon appears in the corner, the interface goes dark, and a wave of relief washes over you. You are now in private browsing. When you turn this on, your browser makes a very specific promise. It will not save your browsing history. It won't store your cookies, the tiny files websites use to remember you, and it won't keep any passwords you type during the session. But there is a strict boundary to that protection. It only applies to the literal, physical device sitting in your hands right now. Curious, the visual design of the interface, the stealthy icons and dark colors, implies that you are invisible to the entire internet. But the reality is, it's only a localized blindfold. Trusting the interface creates a massive vulnerability. It makes you feel safe while ignoring how the physical infrastructure of the internet actually works. To see exactly where the protection stops, we have to look away from your screen. The moment you type a web address and hit enter, a data request leaves your device. This diagram shows what that data looks like as it leaves your phone. Notice that the spy icon on your screen does absolutely nothing to encrypt this outgoing packet. It's traveling in plain text, meaning anyone intercepting it can read exactly what it says. That unencrypted text travels straight to its first mandatory physical checkpoint, the local Wi-Fi router. Because the signal passes through this hardware, whoever controls the network can intercept and log the stream. If you are at a coffee shop, at work, or at school, the network administrator has full visibility of the connection. Booting up a private tab on a shared network doesn't hide you from the person running that network. They see exactly where you are trying to go. Let's follow the data out of the building. Your request leaves the local infrastructure and merges onto the broader regional network. This animation tracks the data flow as it heads toward a massive, centralized internet service provider hub. Every single piece of outgoing traffic must pass through this mandatory regional toll booth. As it passes through, the ISP logs the details. They record the exact URL you are requesting and the precise timestamp of your connection down to the millisecond. They also measure the size of the request. A third column logs the total volume of data you are downloading or uploading during this entirely private session. This creates a permanent, unbypassable ledger of your browsing habits at the ISP level. The interface settings on your personal laptop have absolutely no jurisdiction here. Finally, the data packet arrives at its ultimate endpoint, the server hosting the website you want to visit. Looking at this server node diagram, you can see what happens upon connection. The server immediately extracts two specific identifiers from your packet: your IP address, which is your network's unique public ID, and the physical hardware profile of your computer or phone. The website then uses that extracted IP address to calculate a precise geographical coordinate, pinpointing exactly where you are sitting. The destination site knows exactly who is connecting and where they are connecting from. Your data walked across the digital world completely exposed. You started this process believing you were invisible. Instead, you were watched by the local network administrator, logged by your internet service provider, and identified by the destination server. Private browsing does serve a very specific, narrow purpose. It is solely a tool for device-level hygiene. It keeps your activity hidden from someone who later picks up the exact same physical computer and looks at your history. We have to mentally separate the localized settings on our screens from the actual privacy protections of the network. Operating in a private tab does not make you a ghost. It merely places a blindfold on your own machine, while the rest of the network watches everything you do.